Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, before I get into the movie, I just want to say I'm from Minnesota, and with all the stuff going on right now involving George Floyd and the riots and protests, it's really hard for people, and I understand that all of this is coming from a place of anger and not feeling heard for years. So I feel really bad for those people, and I want to be able to help and do that, and I feel like some of the best ways to help in situations like this is to be able to become educated and understand what things are like for them. So, in my efforts to do that, I figured out that go watch the movie Just Mercy, which I heard from a couple people is very good, and it helps show like how people like African Americans are treated differently than white people and stuff, and I'm like, I'll watch that because my goal is to just be able to understand and help everybody else out and make everybody else feel good and not make anyone else feel like they're treated differently just because of something they can't control. So today I want to talk about the movie Just Mercy. This movie is directed by Destin Daniel Cretton and stars Michael B. Jordan as Brian Stevenson, Jamie Foxx as Walter McMillan, and Brie Larson as Ava Ansley. It was released on December 25th, 2019, so Christmas of last year. And then it's a legal drama, and it is based off of a movie that is based off of the memoir that Brian Stevenson himself wrote. So this is a true story. The plot to this movie is Brian Stevenson, after graduating from Harvard Law School, he goes down to Alabama, and he wants to help people who are on death row get the support and the legal assistance that they need, because some of them cannot afford legal assistance, and some of them are wrongly accused and are on death row, and he wants to be able to change that and be able to help. Excuse me. And he wants to be able to help the people who are on death row wrongfully and get them off of the death row. So one of the first cases he works with is a man named Walter McMillan, also known as Johnny D, and he was wrongfully accused of killing an 18-year-old girl. The only thing is, when he was accused, there was very little evidence. There was only the eyewitness account of one guy, but it's really hard for them to prove that Walter is innocent, even though there's not a lot of evidence proving that he is guilty. The reason it's difficult for them is because in their community, the African Americans are treated way differently than the rest of the people in the town. And this movie does take place in the early 90s, from I think 91 to 93 or 4. So that's basically the plot of this movie. Also, if you're interested in watching it, it is on Google Play right now and Amazon Prime Video for free, because people want to help get the word out and help other people understand how African Americans are treated, and they just want to help make it more equal, because it may be technically equal, but people are still treated differently, and then that's not equal. So I'll get into my thoughts now. I really did like this movie. It was very good, and it's a change from all the usual fantasy and sci-fi movies I watch, and it doesn't rely on special effects as much as the other movies I watch, which I think is kind of a plus, because, well, I know it's kind of, you're not going to see that in this genre, but still, I really like that. The plot is something that you can get really invested in, and it's also really, really deep and raw, and there are parts where you're wanting to cry, because it's really, really sad, and you're just it's just really sometimes hard to watch, but it's very, very good. It's definitely worth watching if you, yeah, I really liked it. It's super good, and I feel like most people right now should watch it because I don't think people understand to the extent what some African Americans have to deal with. Like me, I know my area, we're a lot different, or it's a lot different than some of the other areas. People, I think, sometimes up here feel like they're asking for more than what they need or whatever. But no, it's really not that. People are just asking to be treated equally, and they don't feel like they are. So this movie does really, really help show how you're technically equal, but also not really. So this movie, I definitely suggest it to anyone really right now, and I feel terribly about what happened with George Floyd and stuff, and I hope all that gets resolved, and not gets resolved as in no one talks about it anymore. I want it to be resolved where people feel like they've been heard and that they were listened to. So this movie, Just Mercy, definitely a must-watch for most people. Thank you for coming in and checking out my channel. It is still new, so please like and subscribe and comment what your thoughts on the movie are if you've seen it, and or how you're feeling during this time, or just what other movies you're watching. Also, Just Mercy is free again on Google Play and Prime Video, so if you get the chance, I highly suggest you watch it. Okay, I'll see you guys later.